do not watch this video without watching episodes 1 through 12 of Goblin. Spoilers are guaranteed. I'm making this video because of the absolute devastation, the absolute wreck that was episode 12. What am I supposed to do now? And then they had the audacity to actually release a special episode after episode 12. And that was nothing more than just a recap of the series so far, but specifically dividing the storyline by character. It's not worth watching. Don't bother watching that. If you have a good memory and if you're watching the whole series, like if you're binge watching the whole series after it finishes. But it does stroke your feels. I'm Nandini Fleury, and you're watching Third Culture Chaos / Figuring It Out Alive. And today, I'm going to talk about the 12th episode of Goblin. What happened? Oh my god. Okay, so I've been watching Goblin diligently, and I've been loving it. This is probably the best, and I repeat, the best Korean drama I have ever watched, and I've watched a lot of Korean dramas. And it's only the 12th episode, and they killed Goblin. They killed the main character, Goblin. What? I don't even know what to say. The way this episode went kind of reminded me of W2 Worlds. In that series, nobody has any idea what's going to happen next. Not even the characters know what's going to happen next because nobody knows the rules of their world, and neither does the audience. Things happen, they're dramatic, and somehow the story moves forward. That's how I felt this episode went. Okay, so I have 3 points and then a list of hopes and predictions. Number 1. Ji-in-tuk's cherry blossom scar at the back of her neck fading. How did I miss that? I have no idea how I missed that. I should have been able to see it coming when she wasn't able to see her really annoying ghost friend anymore. But it's also pretty disappointing to learn that her powers come from the scar and not because she herself is very magical. And one thing I find quite strange is if the mark totally did fade off completely, and so Ji-in-tuk's powers were gone, were they actually gone because she was still able to hold and pull out Kim Shin's sword? She shouldn't have been able to do that if her powers were gone, but she did, so that's strange. Second, the evil spirit. His name is Pak Jung Hun. I don't know. I'm sorry. My pronunciation is atrocious, but I'm just gonna call him the evil spirit. I want to know his story. I don't want to see him as a character who's just evil to be evil. Once again, a W reference. The villain who murdered the main character's family and framed it on the main character, he didn't really have a motive. He didn't have a purpose for the story except for beginning the story and getting the main character into trouble. And they really used that fact and made it really epic in W2 Worlds. So I hope the writers of Goblin let us know what happened in the past to the evil spirit for him to be acting this way. I don't want to see him as just this very one-dimensional character. I personally have unfinished business with that character. I want to see more of him and his story. And number 3, this might be a little bit besides the point, but I feel like it's important to think about. Why is it that we didn't see the chairman's funeral? And by the chairman, I mean the guy who was Kim Shin's assistant before Dekwa's grandfather. Did the actor die in real life, or is he sick? It turns out that the actor is still alive, so I'm really confused. Could he be the deity? Okay, so now that Kim Shin's dead, what's gonna happen? Okay, so before I list my predictions and my hopes, I want to see what you think will happen and what you want to happen, so please pause this video right now and write down all those things that you want to happen in the next episode, because I would love to see where your mind is going. But do that if you haven't watched the next episode yet. Here are my hopes and predictions. The scene in the future of Ji-Eun-tak, with her in Canada waiting for someone at a restaurant, I want to believe that she's waiting for Kim Shin. I cannot have it any other way. No way. No, she has to be waiting for Kim Shin. And now that the Goblin is dead, I want the Grim Reaper to continue to live and support Ji-Eun-tak. I want them to help each other out because they're both such pitiful characters, and I have deep love for the Grim Reaper. So I think they can really help each other out during this tough time. I wonder what's gonna happen with Sunny and the Grim Reaper. But honestly, I don't even care to know. I just want to know what's gonna happen to Goblin. I want to see Goblin have a conversation with the deity. I want him to come back to life, and I want him to live as Ji-Eun-tak's husband. Happily ever after. But I have a very strong feeling that's not going to happen. I mean, their relationship has been so innocent so far. It can't even be that he will come back as Ji-Eun-tak's child, unless she conceives with someone else, and then, someone like the Grim Reaper? No. And then he comes back to haunt them as their child. That would be interesting, but I don't know. I really don't think that's gonna happen. Also, if Goblin does come back to Earth, in whatever form, I have a feeling that the Grim Reaper is going to have to pay for it, probably going to have to sacrifice himself for it, because he still has not repaid the sins of his past life. So I have a strong feeling that we're going to have to see the sacrifice of his character to see Goblin come back. And I really don't want that to happen because I love his character so much. And it will also mean that Sunny is going to have another lifetime of sadness and misfortune. Okay, so this is a personal thing for me, and I really wish this does not happen, but I have a feeling that this is most likely what's going to happen. I have a feeling that we're going to see 1 or 2 episodes set in the past, 930 plus years ago. And I don't want this to happen because I hate historical dramas. And although so far in this drama I've really liked the parts that have happened in the past, I can't guarantee I'm gonna love this, the rest of the episodes, if they're all gonna be set in the past. But I think we might have to endure long stretches of time within episodes, or entire episodes that occurred 900 plus years ago. The good thing is I really trust the writers of this drama, so I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy it even if they are set in the past. It's pretty blasphemous to say this, but I really did not enjoy Moon That Embraces the Sun, so I'm hardcore not into historical dramas, which is really sad because I really wanted to be. I've tried so hard to like them, but I find them so boring. So boring. And as a final point, as for the consequences of Goblin's death, say if it's permanent, I have a feeling that both Ji-Eun-tak and Deok-hwa, both their characters, despite being human and really vulnerable in this magical setting with all these characters, they're probably going to be the most resilient because they are human. It's sort of an odd switch of, I don't know, traits or fates, but I feel like the more magical characters are probably going to suffer a lot more than Ji-Eun-tak and Deok-hwa in the long run. And I feel like even Sunny might be able to eventually get over her brother's death. But I also sense that there's something extraordinary about Sunny because she always seems to know what Ji-Eun-tak will say, and also she's extremely reasonable. too reasonable. So she might have a few superpowers, who knows, maybe, I don't know. So like I feel okay about Dekwa and Geontak and even maybe Sunny in the long run. I don't feel good about the Grim Reaper at all though. Okay, so for those of us who wait for subtitles, English subtitles, today will be the day that we'll be able to finally see what happens next. And I cannot wait for it. Thank you for watching this if you watched this before. Thank you for watching this. And let's see what happens. Bye. Oh, and you can find me on social media under my name, which is at Nandini O'Fleury or Nandini O'Fleury or Nandini O'Fleury. And I'm really sorry about the background noise, like it's driving me crazy. And now that I've actually finished filming, it's not even that bad anymore. Maybe I spoke too soon.